All right, so we're here with
Blum.
Okay, Rod, why are you here today?
Well, I spoke today because one of the organizers asked me to, because I write a conservative column here in Dubuque as a hobby.
Okay.
I also own a software company.
All right.
And, I'm here because I think we're basically on the path to socialism, European-style socialism. And,
What's that mean to you when you say European socialism? What does that mean to you?
Well, that means that a safety net, let's call it a safety net, has gotten so large and so out of control that it's taken away the incentive for people to work and produce. It's taken away the incentive for entrepreneurs to invest. I mean, they just won't do it. You know, that person won't develop the land or won't build the manufacturing plant if he thinks most of his profits are going to be taxed away. It's just common sense.
Right.
And I don't think sending people a check is going to stimulate the economy. It's just kicking the can down the road.
Okay.
I mean, that's not the issue. Has the issue been not enough spending? No, that's not the issue at all.
All right.
You know, the real problems we never talk about. You know, how are we going to compete globally? You know, how are we going to stop manufacturing from leaving the United States of America? You know, and how do we I won't say Democrats because Republicans have been as bad, but liberals, a lot of these elected officials, they measure the success of a government program by how many people are on it. Shouldn't it be, hey, we've got no one that took advantage of this program last year. It's been a total success.
Yep. Yep.
They just got it backwards. And then my pet peeve is, as I said in my speech, underneath it all, so let's shred away the money, which is bad enough. But my pet peeve is this country, these politicians reward bad behavior. Then we penalize good behavior.
Okay.
You know, if you've worked hard, if you've saved, if you've played by the rules, if you've taken personal responsibility, what happens to you? You know that.
Yep.
You get penalized.
Yep.
Pay higher taxes. Right? And if you haven't played by the rules and you've made bad decision after bad decision, what do you get? You get a check. You know, you get the government to take care of you. That's not right. It's not what made the country great, and it's got to change.
So what do you see as a solution? I mean, how do you put the brakes on? You personally, what steps do you as an individual take to put the brakes on this?
Well, I think this right here today, as I told everyone, this cannot be one and done. I mean, everybody has to stay involved. We have to stay together. We have to stay in touch with blogs like yourself. We have to stay fired up. And then I said, when these guys come around with their nice suits and starch white shirts, and they say, hey, I'm for smaller government, or I'm for a more efficient government. We're going to cut out all this kind of nice flowery stuff. It's like, prove it. How are you going to do it? You know, because we've been sold down the river by politicians of both parties, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just tired of it. I think people are tired of it. They're fed up with it. You know, I'm looking for politicians that are honest. I'm not going to agree with somebody 100%. Just tell me what you believe in, and I'll decide whether to vote for you or not.
Right.
But, you know, what's the definition of a great political speech? When everybody leaves saying, I don't have a clue what he said. That's a good political speech. Isn't that a sad statement?
Yep.
That's a sad statement. I want to know how somebody stands. You're not going to please everybody.
Yep. So do you see this as a start of a process, middle, end?
You don't know how I pray that it is. I so pray it is. It's certainly, as I told him, it can't be one and done. This can't be the end.
Yep.
Because, I mean, if this is just like, hey, that was fun, and now I'm going to go back to the way it is, we're going to end up with European-style socialism.
Yep.
And I think November 2nd, 2010 is Watershed Day. I really do. The vote, in my mind, is between capitalism and the tenets that made this country great and socialism. That's what we're voting for.
If you look at the biggest issues that they're trying to work through, the budget that's coming up, what do you see as the one or two top things that you think we need to get a handle on and stop before they're passed?
Oh, I think it's spending. I mean, we can't be running $3.2 trillion in deficits in 24 months. That's, I think, the $57,000 a household over 2 years. That's insane. Right. We've got to stop the spending. Spending's not the answer to anything. Right. So I think that's the biggest issue is we have to get our fiscal house in order. Obviously, we need to maintain a strong military.
Right.
You know, and you know, there's the health care. The cost of health care is an issue, but I like to have free market solutions to this. I believe in capitalism. I believe in the free market. Okay. You know, and I just don't want to see government encroaching more and more into our lives because, I mean, every time they pass something, it's taking away a little bit of our freedom. Okay. And I don't want to see it get to the point where people give up. Because then we're in socialism. Yep. How sad would that be? Yep. I don't want to see this empire, greatest nation on the face of this earth, be in decline. Right. And I think we're heading that way.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for what you do.